Grand Finals, the final doubles matchup taking place right now.
Here at Super Splat Bros, we're going straight into it. Pokemon Stadium 2 yet again. And Teb already getting the early conversions. That grenade blowing up twice to allow Ally to get out of the situation.
I love the explosive cover really paying off right now in this matchup. We didn't see that in the earlier sets, but with Ally and Void. But just they need to create so much stage hazards for Yellow Team to have to weave through. Otherwise, they're going to be overrun like they've been doing to everybody else.
Ally really just sitting in the back, trying to find places with the grenade with the C4. But he has Teb all over him, trying to get these down airs. Klaatu actually able to take away Void's stock.
Yeah, he made the perfect call out for when Void was dropping shield, trying to get away from that threat of the up smash, really. And it's one thing to note that down in SoCal, it is I'm Hip that's been causing Void a significant amount of trouble in this exact same matchup. So if Klaatu can channel that same business, he can actually cause a lot of havoc himself.
Yeah, I mean, so far the Yellow Team does have the stock lead, but finally gonna lose that stock.
We have another attempted edge guard coming out, and Teb keeping Ally busy while Klaatu tries to wrap up the second stock off of Void.
And the back air actually hitting Teb, but ends up extending right into Klaatu as well. But Klaatu holding on to the stock quite well, but leading into that up tilt, ends up losing his first one.
This is still a fantastic position. Yeah, Yellow Team able to clean up Void's next stock immediately afterwards. And it's funny to see how much Yellow Team has just been forced to exist on this ledge.
Void, that was disgusting. Already, you have Teb sitting at 68 after some down tilts, end up resetting him, down tilt, down air, go back into those down tilts, up air, another down air. Okay, Pichu looking quite clean here. Nikita on the mark, ends up hitting Teb. How is he going to get back? Yep, just another super jump punch. Ally's is not ready for it.
Meanwhile, yeah, Void just fighting to keep Klaatu busy so he couldn't get in the way of that edge guard. But right now, Klaatu is able to keep up just fine with Void's pressure. And Ally's having a hard time piercing through and really controlling like he was in the very beginning of this game. Those grenades, though, just being an absolute thorn in that Mario down air because there is that little gap between the rest of the hits and the final one, and that's enough time to pull it out.
Another up smash online. Teb cleaning up Void's stock one more time, and we have Yellow Team with a decent lead, but ooh, that's unfortunate for Blue Team.
Yeah, like what's amazing is actually when I like the more I think about it, Yellow Team has this much of a lead, and Solimar's killed Teb twice in the process. They need to just find a way to pin down Void's Pichu, though, and Void is not afraid to throw out all of these buttons, once again recognizing that just being still in this situation, in like this position in Ultimate, is death, and he just has to keep moving, has to keep trying to intimidate some sort of opening, keep the pressure going, but he's not able to really scare anything. It's just more purple up smashes.
Klaatu is just so committed to all of these smash attacks at the moment, just waiting for Void to slip up just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Both members of Yellow Team trying to get an opening, trying to get a panic option. Finally,
both of them with the up smash. You know, if you're not gonna hit by mine, you're gonna hit by the other. How are you gonna shield both of us?
The determination, actually seeing Solimar and Teb through that first game. I'm gonna be honest. Like, as much as I love the NorCal boys, I'm actually a little bit surprised that they're doing so well just to open out with against Ally and Void.
Yeah, especially since this team has been so dominant over and over, and it looks like Ally is getting up to go get himself another chair.
As we talked about, sometimes there's such a thing as being too comfortable.
Is Void doing the same? Okay, no, he's just, you know, grabbing the energy drink, needs to wake up just a tiny bit. Y'all just got blown back that first game. Oh, Jeeper, you're doing the same exact thing. You know what?
You're not supposed to point that out. I was trying to slip that in.
I got to call you out a little bit.
Oh, God.
Look, I called Andy out for trying to get rid of the coconut. I got to call you out for sipping on some Red Bull, which really isn't a problem. You need to be energized. You got to get ready for Grand Finals.
Yeah, one of them is cheating on the sacred oath of being boozled, and the other one is just maintenance across the top 8 block. I don't think that's fair to compare at all. But yes, I mean, the other thing to point out, too, is, I mean, Ally and Void haven't been playing doubles this whole time, and that's always the case in any kind of bracket. When you're making that loser's run, you have built up so much momentum from being so warmed up compared to the guy sitting on winner's end. But in contrast to that, they do also have themselves an extra set in case this one goes sour, they can still learn as much as they can and apply it in their next set.
Well, definitely. There's so much time for them to go ahead and adapt and really correct some situations if things do not go their way. We're going to Town and City here on Game 2. Teb and Klaatu up 1-0 at the moment.
This being another favorite stage really for both teams, but we've especially seen Yellow Team take people here when the rare times they've lost.
And again, you see Void so early, already sitting at 89%, 90 now after a couple of those Thunderstocks and only within 30 seconds of this match.
So far, a lot of sandwich damage. Void in a scary... Wow!
And ends up SDing. Thought he was going to grab onto that ledge. A little bit off the mark.
Yeah, but I want to point out how Klaatu just barely recognized that the Thundercloud was about to appear over him and upbeat at the very last moment. But still, Yellow Team isn't out of this yet. What? Okay,
I think Void.
Yeah, Void
dunked him.
dunked
Okay.
him. I was scared that he dunked his teammate because you just see the blue trail, and my brain still sees blue. Oh no, it was a blue team member that was hit. As opposed to them
Oh, we got a
hit.
shield break already. Klaatu trying to get the damage racked up with the Pikmin, and surprisingly, Ally just was chilling there for a second.
Yeah, I saw him put a C4 down and then kind of do nothing with it. I think he was just trying to scare Olimar into doing not much more in that situation, but you know, Teb still picked up his forward smash punish.
Dash attack, not going to do anything else. The Yellow Team's still in a great position to get himself right back into this Ally again, holding on to the stocks for dear life as he's been doing time and time again. Again, with the up tilts as well. It's a scary position.
I think right now one of the big emphases for Blue Team is they're trying to stay.
There goes the up tilt. Yep.
Oof.
Teb being a little too aggressive, ends up rising with that downer and put himself in a perfect position for Ally to punish. And speaking about smashes, already on the line, and Teb continuously is just coming up with all of these downers, trying to just catch the landing of Ally.
Yeah, Ally just like burned every resource he had. He burned his double jump, he burned his up B several times, and he still can't land. And I think that's the real big thing is Blue Team hasn't really had each other's backs or had been able to, because Yellow Team's able to have just enough interference that they're able to abuse whoever they catch otherwise.
He's just trying to duck underneath everything. Void finally getting up in there for that dash attack. Klaatu at 150 has to be careful. Void finally going to land that back air, getting the stock.
Yeah, and there's still a clean stock in the lead for the Blue Team. With Ally doing such a great job taking things out, getting these explosives to keep the Yellow Team pinned down, or at least trying to reverse what Yellow Team's been doing to them, keeping them separated from each other and just focus firing them down.
Yeah, and there Teb unable to recover. His jumps end up getting wiped out. C4 is there online. Yep, that's going to be it. And Void, unfortunately, just SDing. Fortunately enough, Ally has that second stock for him.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he had that resource to commit with, and had he landed that Thunder the way he was intending to, it would have ended Klaatu's life.
There goes the back air. Yep, ends up getting away.
Oh, Klaatu looking for that first spike, but he regrabs the ledge, and Ally is just right there with his down tilt.
Yeah, the purple Pikmin just not fast enough to come back, try to follow up with an up air, but he's going to get caught by that forward air, unable to live.
So much knockback from Pichu. Like these are moves we're used to seeing Pikachu land in, like, you know, like in previous Smash games, not send opponents that far, but in this one, these are death sentences at very reasonable percents otherwise. That's Ally and Void's turn, though, to get that ban. Referring back to that list. And looks like they already just made up their mind instantly. I'd assume, considering how much both teams seem to like big open spaces, they might have closed down a lot of the smaller stages, but we'll see.
All right, let's go into this next game. Even set 1-1. Blue Team made some great changes to go ahead and propel themselves to get that game. We're running it straight back to Pokemon Stadium, too.
Same stage as the opener. A lot of these sets, really, have just been swaps between Pokemon Stadium 2 and Town and City over and over again.
We've seen a couple of call-outs here and there, but nonetheless, all these players feel quite confident in these stages.
Double dunk is going to take out Klaatu. Void opening up huge in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, especially with Olimar's recovery being very linear. Really unable to get out of that situation. Still on that up B, he has to go straight up.
And the thing is, like, Pichu has so much side-to-side movement power that you can't even out-juke him. He can just keep following you with his down airs over and over again.
He has the red Pikmin on him, but Klaatu right back off stage again. Void trying to look for yet another down air.
But this time, Klaatu starts his up B earlier, makes it back onto the stage, and in the meantime, Teb's trying to find whatever damage he can on Ally, but Ally still comes out on top in terms of percent. This game already starting off very much in the blue team's favor.
Yeah, but the up smash again from Teb, able to clean up Void stock. Going for yet another forward smash, gonna land it. Going for a fourth one. Oh my goodness, Void immediately just going for all of these smash attacks.
And it just ends up putting up so much pressure on the yellow team that Snake is able to close that gap himself at his leisure and just help make that last opening come together.
A good grab coming out from Klaatu, getting any damage that he can, but was not aware that the C4 was placed on top of the platform. Goodness, the extension of the hitboxes out on the Pikmin, helping out Void's downer so much.
Yeah.
And one more downer, going for the neutraler. That's going to be it.
Void now with another edge guarding opportunity, tries to catch the wake up, dies himself, but still have, what, 3.5 stocks to 2?
Nope. Ally doing such a great job holding on to it over and over. Understands what Teb wants exactly after that first game. Running straight back with the grenade in hand.
Oh, Teb, though, finally taking Ally stock, but
again, Void taking out Klaatu. This Pichu a little bit too much to deal with.
Yeah, this is looking really, really rough now. With Teb having to make an incredible comeback, and we have the Plague Rat coming out to play.
It's the walk that kills me.
It's just the adorable little waddle that you know means you're going to die. But the
C4 actually on Snake.
Hands. There we go. The up B though, actually sticking it back on. It's just going everywhere. And
oh my goodness, just walking over to the Peach.
Good recognition by Ally. It didn't change hands after that up there, and Ally knew it.
There it is, finally.
Yeah. I don't think it ever stops getting funny to blue team. Like, I think Void has smiled every single time he's done that.
I just think it's more so the fact, like, wow, this is really back. This feels great. But I'm not Meta Knight.
Yeah, I can play my favorite character. But with how dominant that past game was, things are, I think, Ally and Void maybe just had this sewn up. That was even on Klaatu and Teb's counter pick. And
yeah, after that first game, they really just were attuned to how Teb and Klaatu were playing them. Kind of just woke themselves up, and proceeding from these last 2 games, especially for that last dominating one, they're like, all right, we've already showed your hand. We know exactly what you're going to do. How are you going to stop us?
Yeah, especially when it comes to your recoveries. Like, now we've gone 2 whole games to see how you like coming back to the stage. Like, Void now very confident in calling out how Klaatu is coming back. We found that initial double dunk happening within the first 15, 20 seconds of that.
And there's so much space that Pichu covers when Olimar is trying to recover, or when everyone's trying to recover.
Yeah, he did it
you have to be,
as well.
No, exactly. You have to be wary of the neutraler. You have to be wary of that back air. And if you try to go high, you're going to get caught by that thunder.
Yeah. And it's just, when you have a player as solid at Ally in terms of just navigating the neutral and advantage of teams, and you just have Void able to capitalize on those tiny openings and blow them wide open, it's just so hard to deal with.
All right, we're going right back to Pokemon Stadium 2. You know, a fan favorite stage. Understanding, even though we did just get schmacked, we can go ahead and try to clean this up, but already very even percents across the board.
But again, at a moment's notice, we know how much blue team can blow these things open, so it's up to Teb and Solimar to find their big openings, and actually Teb finds the first one with his down smash.
And then F-Tilt coming online, sending Klaatu off stage with Void, and you have Ally just charging up that rocket at the ledge.
Void actually holding onto that ledge, just wanting to be in a position to spike at a moment's notice, but Klaatu managing to make it back so far.
Yeah, I really like the mix-up right there.
Yeah.
Just went with that double whistle, went so low that Void just unable to go ahead and catch him. And again, going low, changing the visibility that Void has.
And that's been pretty big so far for the yellow team, but they need to be very careful. Their lead is so small. Yeah, just the forward throw coming up by Ally helps take the first stock for blue team.
Okay, there was another forward throw with a blue Pikmin, sending Void off stage, trying to deal with Ally, but Ally immediately able to disengage. C4 straight up in there, blowing it up as just an obstacle course now.
Blue team versus yellow team not really even trying to cover Ally's landing because they know Void's about to touch ground immediately after. And again, the explosives coming out taking out Teb. Can they find something further on Void? They at least try to keep themselves known at the ledge,
Oh,
but
there goes the
further.
dunk, taking that stock from Klaatu yet again, calls out that jump.
Because that's what's so scary about Void's edge guarding, right? Is it never really puts him at much risk every single time he makes an attempt, and it only takes one right guess by him, maybe a second one, in order to take an entire stock.
Oh my goodness, trying to deal with Thunder Shock and the grenades. So difficult. Void has Teb right back off stage one more time, trying to go for an F-tilt, but he's going to get caught by the forward throw. Not enough to take away the stock.
It was really scary, though, especially because of that DI mix-up built into that blue grab, but nah, not going to do it.
Yeah, but Void is at his last stock. Has to be careful. Peachy's such a lightweight character. At least Ally is sitting at 0%. Solid parry coming out from Teb and now landing that down air as well, taking the stock advantage.
Yeah, this is actually an opportunity for the yellow team. They have themselves, once again, caught on opposite sides. Teb making the call out to save his teammate because Void was trying to set up another edge guard.
Yeah, Void just going to wait here at the ledge, try to land that forward smash instead. Not going to get it, but here we have Klaatu off stage against Void one more time. F-tilt going to land on Teb as well, using that air dodge drift to come back.
Yeah, I like how Klaatu actually turned up the pressure he was trying to put on both members of Blue Team. Just like, I need to keep them busy right now because of the terrible situation Teb is in.
Uh-oh, here we have the C4 on the line. Void just holding up the shield. Can't recognize if it switched hands or not.
And it's so scary in addition to like playing doubles. At any moment, you might just walk into one of Ally's traps. And like they already take so much focus to deal with in singles, and like you're so focused on like this Pichu, on your teammate, it's so easy for him to just tear open an opening on you as well.
There goes the back throw. Ally a little bit off the mark. That might not work well for the blue team. Able to still get that punish recovered quite well.
Teb looking for a back air. If he manages to find just one of these onto Void, he can just bring this back to a 1v1, but he's forced into shield so often when he's right next to Ally, and Ally takes advantage, and here we go. Once again, the C4.
There goes the up throw.
Explosion.
And what a way to close out Grand Finals. We have Void and Ally, your Super Splat Bros doubles champions.